How's it going, guys? So, I got an idea in my comments from my last SmackDown review, and I decided why not do it? So, if you guys end up enjoying this video, you could all thank Danny to November 18th, like Nav 18, but I'm going to assume it's November, right? So, you could all thank him for this idea. That's reacting to my top 10 YouTube videos. The top 10 most viewed videos. Now, I've done this for WWE, I've done this for Impact Wrestling, I've done this for AEW, but I was like, what a novel idea. I've seen other YouTubers do this. They go back, they look at older videos, sometimes not so much older videos. A lot of these are going to be like my older videos, actually, and they react to them. They say how they felt, they look back on them, what they think, from a renewed, current, contemporary perspective, how they view them now. So I'm like, what a great idea. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. Let me know what you think about this idea down below. And like I said, if you like the idea, you know who to credit for that, and that's old Danny boy. So without further ado, let's take a look here. So I've already pulled up my channel. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll work our way back from number 10 and work our way to number 1. You could already see the videos, but I just wanted to have it here up on the screen. So at number 10, we've got I Don't Want Kids, Am I Horrible? 9,000 views. This is from 5 years ago. This is a video where I was kind of just thinking to myself, like with everything, I have to be in the mood to do something. As you can see, I take suggestions, but I have to be in the mood to do a video because otherwise the passion won't show. And that's why you've seen over the years, like I've taken breaks on the wrestling. I've worked on video game reviews and I've like intertwined them. And then you check throughout my channel and you'll see similar videos like this that might not have as many views, but I would say this is very relatable. I'd like to see this kind of video get more views, actually, because it was very real. I was kind of thinking to myself when I was doing this video. This was in 2015. And I was kind of thinking, like, okay, a lot of people my age, a lot of people that I went to school with, who I've worked with already had kids, and I was not having kids. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video about that and say, like, how I don't want kids, and still to this day, being 33 years old, I still don't have a desire. So I was kind of shocked that this video received the popular reaction that it did, because I actually thought that people were actually going to flame me for this video. And I actually really like the way how my hair and my beard look here. Just so I could, I'm allowed to give myself a self-compliment, right? Every now and again, I was like, oh, yeah. Wow, 270 likes versus 12 dislikes. You would think with a video like this that, people who have kids would have clicked on this, but I guess people that already have kids probably are not searching for a video like this. I don't know how this type of video gets recommended or anything, like what goes into it in the algorithm, but a decent amount of people found it. Obviously, this is like, chump change for a lot of YouTubers, but for a small YouTuber like me with 7K, it's obviously, a pretty nice dent in the YouTube view count. So, I like the way this video turned out. Usually I make longer videos, but I really managed to do a pretty, thorough analysis of what I was feeling at this time, getting older, seeing people have kids, have more than one kid, and I'm just kind of like sitting there and I see these people, they're not really in the best situations in their life. And I explained all of this in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and I thought I did a good job because, people here, on YouTube, I'm sure feel the same way who make videos. You always feel like you missed out on something. I look back on certain videos and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have said this or put more emphasis on this. And I didn't really feel that so much with this video. I thought I condensed all my thoughts down, and I wish actually every video I make could turn out this way. I was very happy with the overall finished product. So if guys, if you like this type of topic, click on it. It's only 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I would really appreciate if you could boost the count up on this, because I think you'll enjoy it. And, if you're an older viewer, someone around more my age or even older who doesn't have kids and you may be feeling sorry for yourself or something like that, I'd say go and check it out. At number 9, Jenna Marbles is overrated. 9.3 thousand views. This is from 7 years ago. This was back in 2013. I went back maybe 2 years ago and made a thumbnail for it, because I was just using like a default thumbnail, like a lot of these are. And I was like, why did I make this video? What do I have against Jenna Marbles? Jenna Marbles is another one who's a victim of cancel culture and all that. But the simple fact of the matter is, with Jenna Marbles, is something that I've always had a problem with so many people here on YouTube. And that's just, it's the fact that they make content that's not that great, and they get a lot of credit, and it's not really credit well deserved, because the stuff that they do is just so much fluff. And I remember watching some of her videos to get some material for this, because I saw how many people were like loving Jenna Marbles and just the amount of hype that went into her videos. And you go and you watch her videos, and if you're of any age, maybe over like 13, all right, I'll be generous, maybe like 17 or 18 and everything, you kind of want a bit more content with a bit more beef to it, a bit more substance. This is really like airheaded content, and I'm not saying that she's an airhead. Obviously, she knows what people want to see. She knows how to get the most amount of views, so she's an intelligent girl. But the content that she makes, it's like bottom rung stuff. I mean, it's a lot of jokes, and they're not funny, and the skits that she did are not funny. I think the thing is, I think a lot of like younger girls see Jenna Marbles, and they think like this is the way like a woman's supposed to act, and she's talking about men. And like, I just saw her, and it just like really pissed me off, because like, this is just, she's so popular with so many subscribers. It's like that girl Lily Singh, like, just the content is not good, and people are like so crazy. And I get it, like, all this stuff is subjective. You can like what you like and go ahead and like what you like, but you can't tell me that this is the best what YouTube has to offer, because there's so many people like the AVGN and so many other YouTubers that they put so much work into the content that they make. They do skits that are elaborate. They put special effects into their videos. They do so much micromanaging with the editing. You even have like a great like fitness channel. You could see him even on the side right here. Matt does fitness. He does skits with his son that are so funny. They rehearse it. They put so much effort into it. And then when you see someone like Jenna Marbles, who has millions and millions and millions and millions of more subscribers, it just really angers me. So this video, it's funny, not one of my best, but I think if you haven't seen it, you'll be entertained by it. I don't really go after YouTubers anymore. I don't feel like that way towards any particular YouTuber anymore. The ones that I will get more angry at are the ones who get political, and they start hating on their subscribers, and they start dividing their audiences. Those are the people that I'd be more inclined to go after. Anyway, let's move on to number 8, a message to Marvel fanboys. So I made this video after seeing Age of Ultron, and let's see actually when I made this one. This was actually a little bit after Age of Ultron, and I was just really super pissed off at the Marvel fans, because they were giving me so much crap for my Age of Ultron video that I made that didn't make it into this list. It didn't receive enough views for me really to go over it here, but I could go over it here, right? So I did Age of Ultron. I did not like that movie. I thought it was a really subpar to average Marvel film, like a lot of Marvel films, very overrated. And so I let them have it. So I got 9.7 thousand views for this. And I still stand by a lot what I said, because Marvel fanboys, They were so much with, oh, read the comics, read the comics, read the comics over and over and over and over again. And I got sick of reading those comments. There's hundreds of comments left. Not as many comments as the video we're going to talk about in just a moment with Civil War. But, I got to say, Marvel fanboys, they're obsessive, they're rabid, they just don't know when to stop. And I was getting attacked time and time again. And, I was really, with this video, more kind of having them play more into my hands, I felt, because I was really ratcheting it up. And I'm going to talk about that, like I said, in a moment in the Civil War video. So this is a pretty good video. I would recommend anyone who rolls their eyes at Marvel fanboys. I will say this: Marvel fanboys are just about as bad as smarky wrestling nerds who are AEW fans. They're right in the same category. They might even be the same people. Ugh, wow, that is a nightmare to even think about that. Anyway, let's move on to number 7. A WWE Raw, July 22nd, 2013 review. Might take a break from wrestling. So this came at a time when, I've talked about this in the past, I moved in with my girlfriend, and that was a time I wish if I could rewrite history, but I would have stayed in my apartment. But anyway, this video was kind of was making a different state of mind. I think you could even see the overall tone shift in this video. I felt, because I was going through a lot at this point mentally. I was kind of making a lot of excuses in his video. He also was really short, only 13 minutes, which was odd. And I don't, I think some people actually thought I was dead. There was a lot of chaos. I made this video on purpose to kind of let people know that I wasn't going to really be frequenting the channel so much, but I don't know, that message kind of got lost in translation somehow. And, people started making a lot of conspiracy theories. Some person actually made a fake return video using an older video of mine. And I was kind of watching it and thinking it was hilarious. And I was this is a video really where I've kind of got a lot of bad memories for it. 10,000 views. From 7 years ago, and this is a video I kind of look back on it, and it's kind of a very unhappy video. At number 6, Captain America: Civil War sucks. Full review, 10,000 views. This was from 4 years ago, and it's about to be 5 years ago pretty soon. This film released in 2016. And, I really, really, went all out with this one. It's 56 minutes, and there's a lot of substance in there. I went back and I watched it not too long ago. I kind of, put it on double speed to, go through it. And you can do that if you want, because I realize that I'm not always the fastest talker out there, but that could be bad too. There's a lot of people who just go, but anyway, however you watch it, do it any way you want. But I believe this was one of my best reviews, and I think I really kind of went into it and really tried to rile people up in this. I've always been a showman like that, but I was I think a lot of the angst and the when I went back and I remembered everything from my Age of Ultron review and the response that video got, I think it just really pissed me off. And you go from a message to Marvel fanboys to this one, you could kind of see a nice little transition into that video of me being pissed off. So it's not really as put on. I can't really remember the mindset that I was in, but I definitely back then tried to put more character into what I did and made it less real, more over the top. I think I kind of went back and forth with this one. And I think it is, though, a pretty fair assessment because I remember watching this film and not liking it. I've only seen it once, and with good reason. I feel like I should go back and do it, watch it again on Disney Plus, and sit through the 2.5 hour nightmare that the first viewing was for me. Like, I really, really disliked this movie a lot when I saw it, and that is definitely on full display here in this review. So, I recommend, if you haven't watched it, it's definitely worth a watch. Because I really, just slay this movie to pieces. I mean, I destroy it. And, I think you'll really get a kick out of it. At number 5, we've got WWE is a Hot Mess. So I changed the title from this one. I think a lot of people who frequent my channel will notice that. It used to be WWE is a hot fucking mess. And I just changed it because I'm like, you'll still get the same idea across. I've toyed with the idea of making like a custom thumbnail, but I'm like, maybe I'll just leave it alone. Because then if I start doing that for like all my old WWE videos, I'm going to get OCD with it and probably want to try to do thumbnails for all of them. 12,000 views from 5 years ago. And soon to be 6 years. This is just kind of me just really ranting on the product in general. I don't really think it's really one of my better videos. Like, if I could arrange like my favorite videos, maybe I should do that, but it would take too long. I mean, I've got a big catalog and I don't really have the time to watch all these videos. On top of that, making all the other videos that I do, and just doing things in my spare time, just would not have any time to do that. People, if you want to pitch in and like recommend some videos for me to react to that are like your favorites, I think that would be maybe a better idea than having me go through everything. Because there was a time, like I said, when I was just not editing videos. I was just going and just posting them and just turning on the camera and letting the cards fall where they may. And I think I did that to great success. I think I got a lot of great comedy, a lot of great points across doing just that. I mean, you could see just from a video like I Don't Want Kids in My Horrible, that was a video right there where, it's just me turning it on. There's not a single thing edited in there, and it was done to great success. So this is like, it's almost 29 minutes long, and it's just a typical WWE rant video from me. You don't really get to see a lot of these anymore because I just kind of do show reviews. I'm probably going to do one on what The Undertaker said on the Joe Rogan show, though, just to throw it out there, especially because a few people started talking about that in the comments to my SmackDown video, so I think that needs to be addressed. Anyway, at number 4, we've got WWE Raw, June 6, 2016 review. Stephanie McMahon sucks. I changed the name on this video. It was like, it was F Stephanie McMahon. So I was like, all right, I need to change that one. That it's been under monetization review for like a year or so. Anyway, and it's like age restricted, I believe, as well. I know Hot Mess is also age restricted, which only that means that you got to be like signed in and you got to be over 18 or 21 or something like that. This, I had to go back and watch, like, why was they so mad at Stephanie? She was, like, dancing with Teddy Long. There was I remember this being a very, very annoying episode of Raw, and I looked back and I couldn't remember quite what happened. This is the one where you had, like, Jericho and, like, Owens and a bunch of others just sitting on the top of the ladders doing an overly scripted promo, and I just about had it with this one. So, like, 12,000 views from 4 years ago. And, it's pretty much kind of just a random Raw review. Nothing overly special about it. I mean, I think it's funny. I think a lot of people clicked on it because they probably don't like Stephanie McMahon as well. And it's, it's kind of like a title that kind of makes you want to click on, I suppose. I don't really think it's one of my better ones, though. At number 3, PewDiePie sucks. This has gotten 14,000 views. from 7 years ago. And I've actually, believe it or not, I have actually toyed with deleting this video because my thoughts have changed on PewDiePie a lot, and kind of not really understanding how YouTube works. This is a talented guy, though. He makes good content, he knows what's popular, and he's kind of like a complete 180 from Jenna Marbles. This is a guy who has his finger on the pulse of pop culture. He knows what's in, he knows what games the kids are playing. You know, he knows what type of video to make at every moment of the day. He knows the YouTube algorithm. He is the most subscribed to YouTuber ever. And, you know, when they were coming after this guy, you know, with claims that, you know, he was racist, and yeah, you know, like what he said he shouldn't have said, you know, he kind of blurted something out there. But the cancel culture on this guy for like making a single mistake, it really made me sick to my stomach. And over the years, just things how this guy has kind of like really persevered. But I didn't really understand the, you know, how YouTube worked and at that time, and I didn't like that he was so mainstream and everything. And I think I've kind of loosened up to the fact, like, when people are mainstream, that doesn't automatically make them bad. But it kind of pissed me off at the time, and I made the video. But so I don't really agree with this video anymore. It's kind of up there because I'm like, why should I erase my history? Unless it was something truly bad and just awful and it needs to go, then I would do so. But I'm like, this is kind of harmless. I'll just leave it up there. I don't really see anything particularly awful in this video. It's just kind of me making fun of certain things that PewDiePie does that I didn't really like or understand at the time. Then at number 2, we have, is it okay for your girlfriend to have male friends? 21,000 views. This was 4 years ago. Now, thing about this video that I don't think it started off having a lot of views, and then it just kind of skyrocketed out of nowhere, and I was like, whoa. And this is a video really where it's kind of my personal experience. It's something that I've really thought about for a while. You know, should you feel comfortable, you know, when you're in a relationship, that when your girlfriend like talks to other guys, and a lot of people had a lot of interesting things to say. Great comments. Everyone who's ever commented on that video has really had some great input of their personal experiences. And I wish, you know, that I could think of more topics to make that are similar to that. And it's just because I have ideas for all the other stuff and wanting to do like video game reviews and, you know, getting a SmackDown review out. And even when I wasn't making those types of videos, I have so many other things going on in my mind that I kind of pass at the opportunity to make follow-ups and just different topics similar to this one that really get a great discussion going. So I'm really happy that this one got the 21K that it did. I think it is another great video where I said what I needed to say at 9 minutes. There's not a lot of rambling going on. It's a lot of solid, substance-filled talk and discussion. And I was, you know, I look at the comments, and like, how many comments does it have now? It's just you've got how many comments? 204 comments. I thought it had a little bit more, but I think that's pretty good for me. And I think it's really a good, it's a good video. Another, you know, nothing's edited. It's just kind of me turning on the camera, just talking about how I felt at that particular moment about the topic being discussed, and I greatly recommend it. At number 1, it is the creme de la creme, my number 1 video of all time, WWE Raw, March 11, 2013 review, WTF. And, okay, this video right here, I like it. I do. I think it really just encompasses, like, me doing a character, and when I feel like going over the top. I don't really do this type of thing anymore. I like kind of doing a little bit more analysis, comedy, but this is the kind of a lot of people like this type of style that I used to do. This was kind of where I was trying to find before trying to find the happy medium that I have now. This is just me turning on the camera, just going absolutely ape shit. And I really love the I still do it to this day, like I forgot kind of where I got that from, but I know it was definitely something that they didn't do it on the show. It was kind of inspired by Keenan and Kel, kind of like, when it would go say like a word and they go like this. And I was just like, how about like just like a fleeting something that was escaping me. And I was like, it just kind of came out when I was doing the video. And I just think that is probably one of my favorite intros to a video that I've ever done. I think it's hilarious. I think it's aged really well. I would never really go back to the style, just going like all over the place. I think it's a little bit too much. If I tried doing that now, it wouldn't be authentic. It would be me putting it on. So, I still harken back to those things. Like I said, I still, from time to time, pull that move out. But yeah, it's a good one. And I know why it did get #1, because I had it as my channel trailer for a while. When you would click on the channel, that would be the first thing that you would see. And I just kept it like there because, I was too lazy to change it. Or I didn't want to change it, and I was just happy with the number of views it was getting. And I think I kind of, used that a bit more for some other videos now, so people get to see other things. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the way the video came out, and it is a funny one. So yeah, there you go, guys. There's my top 10 videos, most viewed videos of all time. What did you think of them? Do you think that I have other videos that are better than these? If so, which ones are they? Or do you think this really encompasses the Brad rules and what it means for this channel? Like, this is the content, because I don't really think this is really an accurate depiction of the channel. This is just this is where the cards fell, and this is what the top ones are. I don't know what it is. It's definitely an odd assortment of things. You've got not having kids, your girlfriend having friends, and some Marvel stuff mixed in with some wrestling. And I guess that's kind of how this channel is. It's always been a variety channel. I've always talked about things that are on my mind and things that I'm interested in talking about. So I guess I'm happy. I wish that one of my video game reviews that I've spent hours editing could make it this high, but I guess that's not in the cards. Maybe one day they will. You can make that possible. If everyone subscribed to this channel, watch those reviews, it could definitely get them a lot higher, but that's unrealistic to really think so. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank Danny for recommending this once again. Thanks a lot, Danny. I enjoyed doing this wholeheartedly. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell so you get all the notifications when I post all my new videos. I want to thank all my patrons for your continued support, and thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time.